Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Boardroom Breakdown. My name is Aditya and today our group will be reviewing the Intern movie from a business communication perspective. In this video, we will be discussing the novelty and originality of the movie, followed by its key learnings, strengths and weaknesses, its motivational message and finally overall assessment. I will begin by focusing on the novelty and originality of the film. Now imagine walking into your first day as an intern at the age of 70. That is exactly how the intern, directed by Nancy Mears, begins. And that unexpected idea and immediately grabs our attention. Usually, when we think about the interns, we imagine young college graduates starting their career, not someone who has already retired. By making a 70-year-old man played by Robert De Niro the central character, the movie introduced something fresh and different right from the start. This is where the novelty lies. It presents a familiar corporate environment in a completely unexpected way. Instead of showing the older intern as confused or outdated, the film portrays him as a calm, respectful, adaptable, and emotionally intelligent person. He listens carefully, observes people, and builds trust through simple, meaningful communication. This reversal of stereotype makes the storyline feel new and refreshing. Another aspect of novelty is how the movie handles generational differences. In many films, age gaps leads to a conflict, argument, or misunderstandings. However, in this movie, the relationship between experience and youth is shown as supportive rather than competitive. The older intern and the young CEO learn from each other instead of clashing. This shift from conflict to collaboration adds to the film's perspective. Moving from novelty to originality, the movie also stands out in the way it portrays leadership. The CEO, played by Anna Hathaway, is ambitious and hardworking, but she's also shown as stressed, overwhelmed, and human leadership is not as shown perfect or powerful all the time. Instead, it is shown as a journey of growth. The realistic portrayal feels different from many corporate movies, where leaders are either overly aggressive or unrealistically flawless. The originality of the film also lies in its focus on everyday workplace communication. Rather than dramatic boardroom fights or intense power struggles, the movie highlights simple but meaningful actions: listening, mentoring, encouraging, and showing empathy. It emphasizes that emotional intelligence and respectful communication can have a strong impact on workplace culture. This grounded and human approach makes this film feel like authentic and relatable. Overall, the novelty of the intern comes from its unexpected protagonist and its positive approach to generational collaboration. While it comes from its realistic portrayal of leadership and communication, with this understanding of how the movie stands out in this aspect, I will now hand it over to Kushi to continue with the next learnings and takeaway from the film.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Boardroom's Breakdown YouTube channel. I am Kushi Jain and today I'll be reviewing the movie Intern and I'll be talking about the key learnings and takeaways from this movie I have got to know. So it may look like it is a very light office drama kind of thing, but it gives us a very strong lesson. That is about leadership, experience, work-life balance. So let's break down and see what this movie mainly teaches us. So, first key learnings and takeaways from this movie is age is not a weakness at all. Yes, this is a very great saying. Ben is a 70-year-old intern in a young company. At first, people think that he won't fit in at all, as he's a 70-year-old guy and he won't fit in at all. But yes, Ben slowly shows that experience matters a lot, and he stays calm, listens carefully, handles problems with maturity, completed his task, and he does all the work on time. So, from this, we can say that age brings experience. Every workplace needs both young energy and also old wisdom. The next thing I have, the key learnings and takeaways, we can say that from the movie Intern is that good leaders listen. Yes, this is a very true saying. Jules is the founder of the company and she works very hard but still feels very stressed and overwhelmed from the work she have done in the company. She wants to control everything in her company. But yes, Ben never orders her. He listens and supports her quietly. So this shows that even though if you're stressed and if you own the company or if you're founder of the company, still you should never order. You should support your interns. So yes, Ben gives us a very good lesson. Ben gives us a very good lesson that a good teacher doesn't shout at all, and a good leader listens, understands, and also supports her boss. The next key learning and takeaways is that work is important, but life is too. So Jules spends all her time at work. Yes. Because of this, her personal life starts to suffer. Yes, personal life and work life should be it's very different. This movie shows that working non-stop can lead to stress and lots of unhappiness. And Jules' work life also has been affected, not only the work life, but as well as the personal life as well. So this shows that success has a meaning if success doesn't have a meaning. If we lose our health, family, and peace. So yes, this is a very important thing in this movie. The next key learning and takeaways we can say that learning has no age. Yes, that is very true. Ben learns new technologies from young employees. Even though Ben is a 70-year-old young intern, but still he learns new technology from his younger ones. That is very great actually. At the same time, they learn life lessons from him. As Ben learns new technology from their new employees and that to younger ones as well. So at the same time, they even learn a life lesson from Ben. That is very good actually. We should never stop learning. So we can say that we should never stop learning. We should never give up. And also, everyone has something to teach, some of the other kind, and something to learn. So yes, learning has no age. That's very true. The next thing is small things build big culture. Yes. Ben improves the office by doing small things and small actions. That is being polite, helping others, being kind, and also staying very organized. So, yes, these small actions slowly change the whole workplace. So, company culture can be built by your daily behavior, how you behave, by your small actions, and not by your big rules. So, yes, the next thing is asking for help is okay. Yeah, asking for help is very okay. This is a general saying that asking for help is very okay. As we can see that if you're having any doubt, YouTube is there to help us. Or there are many teachers or there are many things who can help us. So yes, asking for help is okay. So yes, we can say that Jules feels that asking for help means she's weak. But yes, asking for help is not weak at all. But later, she even understands that trusting others is a part of growth. So we can say that you don't have to be strong, or you don't have to do everything alone. You can depend on others. You can ask for help. Yes, delegating is strength, but not a failure at all. So, in the end, we can say the conclusion. I would like to conclude that the key learnings and takeaways from the movie, The Intern, is very good, quite good actually. And the movie Intern teaches us that success is not just about money or position. Yes, has in success is not about money or position. It's about balance, respect, human connection with them, with each other. As in Ben was a 70-year-old intern, he balanced his life very nicely. He was respectful towards his boss, towards a boss, and also he had human connections with all the young employees. So yes, if you like the breakdown, so thank you guys. That's it from my side. If you like the breakdown, subscribe to our Boardroom Breakdowns YouTube channel. And comment down what lessons from the intern do you like the most. Thank you, and don't forget to tap on the bell icon, guys. Bye, guys.
Now, I am talking about the strength of the movie The Intern. One of the greatest strengths of The Intern lies in its strong and meaningful characterism. Its two central characters, Ben Whittaker and Joel Westin, are written in a way that represent two different generations and mindset. Ben's calm, disciplined, and respectful nature contrasts effectively with Charles, energetic, ambitious, and Strays, energetic, and personalities. The contrast not only drives the narrative forward but also highlights the value of the intergenerational collaboration in the workplace. Another major strength of the movie is its powerful performance. Robert De Niro delivers a subtle yet impactful performance as Bane. Without dramatic dialogues or exaggerated emotions, he conveys wisdom, warmth, and emotional intelligence. And Hathaway also gives a convincing performance as a young CEO struggling to balance professional excellence with personal life. Her portrayal makes the character realistic and relatable, especially for young professionals and students. The film realistic depictions of modern work culture is another key strength. It accurately presents startup environment, open office space, fast decision making, multitasking, and constant pressure to perform. At the same time, it shows teamwork, collaborations, and inclusive, making the workplace feel authentic rather than fictional. A significant strength of the intern is its focus on emotional intelligence and soft skill. Instead of the highlighting technical brilliance or competitions, the movie emphasizes the listening, empathy, patience, and respect. Ben solves problems not through authority but through understanding and support. This approach makes a film highly relevant in today's corporate and academic discussion. The movie also benefit from its smooth storytelling and balanced pacing. The narrator flows naturally without unnecessary twist or forced drama. Humor, emotions, and professional challenge are blended effectively, keeping the audience engaged throughout. Another strength is the film positive or motivational tone. Unlike many workplace films that focus on stress and conflict, the intern promotes optimism, kindness, and growth. It leaves viewers feeling inspired rather than overwhelmed. Finally, the movie's universal appeals at to its strength. People of all the age group, students, working professionals, entrepreneurs, and researchers can connect with with its themes and characters. These broad and characters, these the intern not just entertaining but also socially impactful.
Today I am analyzing the 2015 film The Intern from the business communication perspective. The story follows a Ben, 70 years old retired, who entered the fast-paced communication startup as a senior intern. While the film also showcased the benefits of intergenerational mentorship and critical analysis, reveals the significant gaps. It portrays the professionalism, communication, and leadership growth. I'm going to talk about the weakness and the area of improvement of the film. First is the lack of realistics in the organization. The issue is the in the real world, the startup environment introducing an intern from the vastly different generation, one with the different ethical, technical vocabulary and the work ethics would naturally create friction. The gap, the gap is the Ben is almost intentionally instantly we see very little of the growing pains that occurs when the culture clash. Communication critics, by glossing over the hurdles, the film misses the opportunity to demonstrate the conflict resolution and the changes in the management. A more offer communi- a more offer effective business case would have shown how a team communicates through the frustration and delivers literacy levels rather than having every character immediately charmed by the band's old school ways. The weakness too is the leadership communication and avoidance. The second weakness lies in Jules Austin's leadership communication. The issue is Jules is highly achieving CEO, yet she is constantly struggles with delegation and boundary setting. The gap is while her character is sympathetic, her growth is often outsourced to Ben. When faced with a major professional decision like whether to hire a CEO to oversee her, relies on emotional support rather than strategic that data-driven communication with her boards or stakeholders. Communication critics. From a business standpoint, the area of improvement would see Jules develop her own executive presence instead of Ben solving her problem, like cleaning her desk, handling her personal crisis. The film could have shown Jules learning to communicate expectations more clearly to her existing staff, thereby solving the root cause of burnout. The third one is oversimplifying the technical barrier. The film oversimplifies communication barrier created by technology. The issue is Ben is a boomer entering a millennial tech space. The gap is he struggles with technology. He played for a laugh in a one scene, the Facebook profile, and then largely forgotten. Communication critics in the real world, the business setting, digital literacy is a core component of professionalism communication by making Ben a natural at everything. The film ignores the real world communication breakdown that happens when the team member uses different platform jargons or speed or corresponding. In the conclusion, while the intern successfully highlights the values and the experience, its primary weakness is the lack of realism. It prioritizes a feel-good narrative over a gritty look at the hard work required to effective business communication. For a business to truly thrive, it cannot rely on a magical mentor, but it builds robust communication system that allows to conflicts, delegation, and continuous learning across all the levels.
Hello everyone, I'm Ashika and I'll be reviewing the movie Intern with focus on its motivation, the key messages that the film gives us, and the impact the movie has on its audience. So, firstly, there are two protagonists in the movie that is Ben and Jules. Ben is a 70-year-old retired man who has everything he needs materially, but he feels emotionally very empty and bored. Retirement, instead of being a peaceful life, makes him feel very useless. So his motivation is very simple but very powerful. He wants purpose for living. By joining as a senior intern, Ben proves that age does not reduce motivation. His desire to stay active, learn new things, and contribute to society becomes very inspiring. Ben motivates the audience by showing that life does not end after retirement, experience is valuable, and personal growth is possible at any age. So next character is Jules. Jules, the young CEO, is motivated in a completely different way. She is driven by ambition, responsibility, and passion for her work. She has built her company from scratch and wants to prove herself in a male dominated business world. However, her motivation creates stress, self doubt, and exhaustion. So in the movie, Jules' character tells that success can come with pressure, like when you're working under pressure, and motivation without balance can lead to a burnout. And even strong leaders and supporters also can face a lower phase of their life. But when you are focused and strong minded, you will forever succeed. And then the second topic is the key message from the movie. So the intern delivers several meaningful messages in a very simple and realistic way. So first thing is age is just a number. So as I told, Ben is a 70-year-old man, but though he is very old, he decides to go work as an intern. So this movie strongly breaks the stereotype the older people cannot work in a modern work life or workplaces. So Ben uses his experience, patience, and emotional intelligence to solve the problems related to technology. The message here is very clear that wisdom matters as much as skills. Older the generation still have a lot to offer.
The second thing is work life balance is very important. Through Jules' struggles, the film sends a strong message about the dangers of the overworking. Even though she's successful, her personal life suffers. The movie reminds us that at the cost of mental health. Asking for help is not a weakness. Balance is necessary for long-term happiness. Third one is kindness and empathy. So Ben does not try to control or criticize anyone. He listens, supports, and guides gently. His character teaches us that kindness can be more powerful than authority. Next, emotional support can change lives. And also, good leadership is about understanding people. So next, if you see about the audience impact, the impact of the intern movie on audience is very emotional, motivational, and relatable. So impact on young professionals. So young working professionals relate strongly to Jules' character. They see their own stress, pressure, and self-doubt reflected in her character. The movie reassures that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Seeking guidance is normal, and also growth takes time. And if we see the impact on older adults, for older viewers, Ben's character is extremely uplifting. It makes them feel respected, relevant, hopeful about their new beginnings. The film encourages society to value seniors instead of sidelining them. And thirdly, if we see about the impact on families and society, the movie also affects family by promoting like mutual respect between generations, better communication, emotional understanding, etc. So it creates a very positive social message that different generations can also learn from each other instead of competing. So, as if I have to conclude with, the intern is more than just light-hearted or a comic movie. It's a motivational story that teaches the valuable lessons. It motivates people to keep learning. Reminds us how important our personal life is also with our job life. So, yeah, that's all about this topic.
I'm Radhalakshmi and I'm going to speak about the overall assessment and final verdict of the movie Intern. At first glance, the intern seems to be a simple story. An older man joins a company as an intern, but as I watched, I realized it is more than that. It is a story about life, learning, a relationship, and human connection. It is about how small gestures, simple words, genuine care can truly change the way the person live or work. Two main characters, Ben, the senior intern, Joel, the CEO, are very different person. Ben is calm, patient, and experienced. Joel is young, professional, ambitious, and constantly under pressure. At first, it seems like they have nothing in common, but slowly we can see how they learn from each other. It shows us an important lesson: age, position, or experience doesn't limit the ability to connect and grow together. One thing I really liked about the movie is it highlights how the power of small actions. Ben doesn't try to dominate the office or show off his experience. Instead, he observes and listens and quietly helps when needed. A small act of kindness, a helping hand, a smile, these gestures gradually create a positive environment around him. This made me think that in our own lives, very small act of patience, thoughtfulness can have a big impact. It reminds me that success is not only about achieving goals but also about how we treat others along the way. The movie also balances humor and emotion beautifully. It is there are very funny moments like Ben trying to learn new technologies or joking with the colleagues. These moments make the movie light and enjoyable. But there is also emotional moments like when Ben supports Jules through her professional and personal challenges. These quiet moments make the story feel real and relatable, that we can connect the audience to the character. Other important lesson is that learning never stops. Ben, at the age of 70 years old, he continues to learn new skills, adapt to the modern working environment, and understanding the new ideas. At the same time, Jules learn from the Ben's calmness, wisdom, and perspectives. This shows that we can always learn from each other no matter what is our age, experience, position. The growth is a continuous process. The movie also gives an important message about work life balance, emotional intelligence. Jewel is highly ambitious and successful, but she also struggled, pressured to manage her personal life and work responsibility. Ben's presence teach her to pause, reflect, and think about what truly matters. It reminds us that success is not only about hard work and achievements, it's also about uh, relationship, empathy, and caring for the oneself. I also like the movie challenged the stereotype about age and the work. Ben being old is expected to be slowed down or out of touch, but he proves that experience and patience and willingness to adapt are invaluable in any workplace. He shows that at the age cannot be the limit someone's ability to contribute meaningfully or make a difference. Movie also focus on mentorship and teamwork. Ben become a mentor not by giving others orders or advice forcibly, but by supporting and encouraging, guiding quietly. Jules learns to trust others and work efficiently. This shows us the leadership is not about telling people what to do, it's about supporting and inspiring and understanding. Of course, some parts of the movie are predictable. Some problems are solved quickly, and life seems simpler than what it really is. But I think that are intentionally by keeping the things simple. The movie focus on the heart of the story, human connection, respect, and growth, which is what make it memorable. By the end, the intern leaves you happy, feeling happy, inspired, thoughtful. It makes you reflect on the your own life, on your relationship, on your work, and how you communicate with people around you. It reminds us that patience, understanding, and kindness and respect are all important uh, as ambition, talent, and hard work. Other example is how Ben handled his friendship with Jules. He never imposed his ideas or complain. He listened, he understand, and offer advice only when needed. It shows that true influence comes from respect and understanding, not force or authority. The final verdict: the movie is feel good, meaningful, and inspiring. It entertains, yes, but it also teach lessons about life, relationship, growth, and patience, and empathy. It shows us that success is not only about what we achieve, but it's also about how we treat people and how we learn along.
This is the last part of our YouTube video, that is conclusion. After listening to my team analysis, we clearly understood that Intern is not just a comedy or entertainment movie, but a film that gives a deep life lesson about the culture, human relationship, leadership, and personal growth. The movie tells us the story of 70-old retired man who decides to become an intern into a modern company. At first, the people doubt him because of his age, but slowly he proves that the experience, patience, and good value are very powerful qualities. This movie teaches that the learning never stops in life. Age does not matter when it comes to the learning skill or adapting to the new environment. In today's world, many people think only young people can work with technology, but this film makes that the older age people also can learn, grow, contribute, and meaningful ways. But for all, the movie is beautiful combination of entertainment with practical lessons. It is a light and enjoyable, but at the same time, it makes us to think the real life situation. It shows how different generation can work together. Young people's employees bring creative idea and new ideas, while the experienced people bring the wisdom and a calm decision making. The combination of two qualities become a company very successful with very strong decision making. This message is very important for us as students because we will soon enter the professional world. In offices and companies, we will meet a different age group, different backgrounds, and different experienced people. This movie prepare us to the respected everyone and learn each other. Another strong point of the film is to focus on human values. The main character is Ben. He's polite, disciplined, and kind. He listens carefully, helps others, and never shows the ego. This quality of make him to everyone. For him, he learned the success is not only about the skill, but also attitude and character. The movie also shows the leadership in the realistic way. The character of Julie, who is the company head, is hardworking and ambition, but also stressed. She faces the pressure of work and struggles to balance her professional and personal life. This teaches us the leadership is not easy. It requires an responsibility, patience, and emotionally strong. One important takeaway from the film is the idea of workplace balance. Many people focus on career and forget their personal because happiness and family. The movie reminds us that both are important. Success life is not only about the money or position, but also peace of mind and good relationship. The audience impact of the movie is very positive. We help them to watch this reel or motivated and inspired. It encourages us to active conscious and open learning at any age. It also promotes the respect of older generation. In today's fast world, people sometimes ignore the elder, but sometimes shows the valuable and with their guidance can be. Another reason for the movie standout is the realism of the film feels very real. Many viewers can relate this situation. For the students like us, it is a preview of further workplace culture. I also feel that movies motivate the teamwork, not an alone. People support each other, share ideas, solve a problem together. This is exactly how the organization grow. Teamwork and the communication are very important in a professional life. At the same time, a film is not an unrealistic or perfect. It shows the stress, understanding, and also challenges. This makes the story more believable. It teaches us the perfect and normal in life. But however, we will handle them matter more. In the personal opinion that make the intent special is to warm the positive tone. It does not try to dramatic or negative. Instead, it focuses on hope, growth, and kindness. They are the values that are sometimes missing in the moderate competitive life. This movie also reminds us that success is not defined by age. Some people think they'll slow down after retirement, but this film shows a different perspective. Life can be start a new character at any if you have the right mindset.